Having gender equality means that men and women have equal rights and access to resources as well as the enjoyment of them, while taking into account the assurance that men and women's perceptions, interests, needs, and priorities are given equal weight as defined by the UN Office of the Special Advisor. This study discusses the issues on gender equality and violence against women in the Philippines and how it is related with each other. Data gathered by the Philippine Commission on Women, PCW, found out that 14.4% of women suffered domestic violence from husbands, and separated or widowed women also experienced violence, thus resulting to annulment or separation. This paper has three objectives. First, it determined the model for the trends of the reported crime of violence against women and GGI in the Philippines through a time series analysis. Second, it provided a sample forecast of the reported crime of violence against women and GGI in the Philippines in the next 10 years. Thirdly, it determined the relatedness of the reported crime of violence against women and GGI in the Philippines by creating a model through symbolic regression (SR) analysis. This study aims to determine the model for the trend of reported cases of violence against women in the Gender Gap Index (GGI) in the Philippines for the past 12 years. This study used data mining to retrieve essential data used as variables. Data mining allows uncovering hidden patterns and relationship which aids to make predictions. The data include the reported cases of violence against women in the Philippines from 2006 to 2017 based on the annual Philippine Statistics Authority (PSA) report, and Gender Gap Index of Philippines from 2006 to 2017 based on World Economic Forum report. Using time trend analysis, the reported cases of violence against women fits the quadratic trend model, MAD equals 1968, while the quality of gender equality in the Philippines fits the linear trend model, MAD equals 0.00306. For the past 12 years since the first Global Gender Gap Report in 2006 by the WEF, the country has scored high in the area of gender equality. Moreover, the reported cases of violence against women are predicted to be increasing in the next 10 years using the quadratic trend model. It will increase roughly 43,121 cases in 2018 up to 156,993 in 2027 if there is continued use of same trend in projecting the number of reported cases of violence against women in the Philippines. Filipino women being aware of their rights could be a result of the implementation of programs which promote women empowerment. The establishment of organizations promotes gender and development advocacy, psychosocial support, and provide an affirming environment to female survivors of domestic and intimate relationship violence. To totally eradicate this trend in the Philippine setting is uncertain, but as long as the efforts to fight crimes of violence against women are sustained, hope could be set high to improve life for future generations. Violence against women became an underpinning manifestation of the lack of gender equality. Meanwhile, the lack of gender equality is seen as an underlying determinant of violence against women, which includes hierarchical structure based on features such as gender, race or class, disproportionate experience of women as victims of violence, and women being educationally disadvantaged. Further, society's misinformed views on gender and sexuality may have contributed to these phenomena. To prevent against women, choose your words carefully, respect your partner's right to disagree or have their opinion, avoid bad situation, educate yourself against women, learn the facts and the prevalence. Address gender inequality as a core element of efforts to tackle violence against women. Develop policies and programs to promote education for women and girls as a means of empowering and protecting them and achieving gender equality in society, along with programs to address potential backlash. Involve men and boys in programs to prevent violence against women. Amend old or adopt new legislation to address sexual and domestic violence that is in line with international best practice standards and commitments to comply with human rights treaties.